Hi, I'm Emily Pritt, and I'm here with Mark Paradise, and today we're going to talk about compassionate root cause analysis. It's an interesting term.
Compassionate?
Compassionate root cause analysis. So I'm going to start with a definition. According to Merriam-Webster's dictionary, compassion is sympathetic consciousness of others' distress together with the desire to alleviate it.
All right. And if you've ever, I don't know if any of you have ever investigated a fatality or even a major injury where somebody lost function of a limb or something like that, people feel bad afterwards. There's people who feel guilty, like I could have done something to prevent this, or maybe I caused it. And what happens after a big accident or an incident? Blame.
Yeah.
Blame is a real problem in doing investigations. So if you're going to do a compassionate root cause analysis, the first thing you have to do is get away from blame. Because if you start blaming people, the tension, the level of anxiety people have go way up, and that makes it harder to do your investigation, harder to get good results, and it certainly isn't compassionate.
Right. And that's why TapRoot's different, because we move away from placing blame on an individual and we look at the true meaning behind why accidents and injuries are occurring, without putting that blame, that shame on somebody.
Well, you know, there's been several of them down in Houston, several accidents where the prosecutor down there has decided to criminally prosecute people after an accident. And a lot of those now have been dismissed, but think of, that's not very compassionate either. So what we'll do is we'll put executives in jail. And that's certainly not compassionate, but also people who have made an error sometimes feel like I'm going to be held responsible. Sometimes they're fired over this. And once again, that doesn't help you get a good investigation. That doesn't help you improve performance in the future. That's a real problem. So that's not compassionate root cause analysis. Not something we'd recommend in a TapRooT investigation.
Right. So we want to focus on where the responsibility lies.
Well, there's responsibility all over the place. What we want to focus on is where you can do something about it to keep it from happening again. So, you know, we could go out and say, you were the person who turned the valve, it's your fault. That doesn't solve it in the future. We could fire somebody who they were the ones who turned the valve. Well, all you've done now is fired the person who knew why they made the mistake.
Write a policy, add more memos.
Well, that's always going to solve the problem, right? Let's do more training. That's always a good answer.
Yeah.
So we aren't looking for things to place blame and then, you know, go on with life and not fix the problem. We're going to look for root causes, and we're going to look for root causes. We're going to look for what actually happened. You got to get a real story of what actually happened, and you've got to then say, well, why did it happen? Why did those causal factors, those things that went wrong, piece of equipment broke, human errors, whatever they were, why did they happen? And when you get to that why, it isn't because Joe's stupid. It's that there's something in the system that you can do something about. And yes, you can make this process better so nobody else has to suffer through this. And that's compassion. Compassion is, we want to improve this for everybody. We're not looking for somebody to blame. We're looking to make the plant, the unit, the company better and not have these kinds of problems.
And TapRoot's compassionate because we've got tools like the snap chart to get in there and find these causes.
You've got to go to a course, a 2-day course, a 5-day course. You've got to go to one of our courses and learn about TapRooT to know what compassionate root cause analysis is.
Absolutely.
It really is. And if you've been already, you know a little bit about that. You know how the snap chart doesn't focus on who did what wrong. You know that the snap chart focuses on what happened. And a lot of times what you find is when you go through developing your snap chart, you find there isn't just one person who caused this. There's several different opportunities to stop this thing from progressing, and there were lots of chances to make things better, and that gives us lots of chances to improve and to make it better in the future.
And there's more than one root cause.
Yeah, there's several people I know who've been involved in major accidents, and I know them sometimes because we've had them as speakers here at the summit, or sometimes because of investigations we've done. But, you know, they all were pretty sure that they were the cause. They were the cause. They were the ones who gave the order to do something. They were the ones who didn't see something and then it caused a big problem. they were the ones who should have been more careful, and then something happened. And so they usually, this is the strange part about it, the people involved usually blame themselves.
Right.
And it's very interesting when you do a good root cause analysis and they find, well, it isn't just me. There's causes that were external to me, and we can do something about those. And yeah, I was there, I did something, but it's not just me. There's other things we can fix. And that's what compassionate root cause analysis is all about, and that's how TapRooT works.
So if you want to be compassionate about root cause analysis, we encourage you to go ahead and get in a TapRooT course. We've got some listed below with some hyperlinks where you can find a course near you. We have them virtual, we have them live. And you can also go to the summit and get some of these courses as well.
Yep. Summit's coming up, not too far away.
Yeah, we're getting
June
closer and
14th to the
closer.
18th. It's really coming up soon.
Yep.
And I'd encourage everybody to go. That it really is a very worthwhile experience going to the summit, and you'll bring home tons of things that you can use to make performance better at your facility.
Yep. So go ahead and check out our links below, look at our classes. We've got a link below also for the summit if you're not already registered, because we have it virtual and in person. And we look forward to seeing you next week, so be sure to go ahead and subscribe, click the bell, ring the bell, like, comment, interact with us, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.